They say blood is thicker than water, but water washes away sin. Bulletproof vest protects you, but who protects you from friends?
They're a gift from God. I know that for sure. I tell a lot of people that they're a gift from God, that you are a blessing, you were made abundantly, you are prosperous.
I was kind of backwards, so the basket is behind me. I just did this. I got it in. Everybody's like, no, we're not doing this.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Encouraged Talk Show. I'm your host, Holland Bloodsaw. And on today's show, we have Greg Farnese. Greg Farnese is a musician. He's a singer. Can't wait for you guys to meet him. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Greg Farnese. I'll allow him to talk about more of who he is and what he does. So Greg, I know you're an artist. You're a musician. So when did you begin with your artistry with music?
I was always involved with music because my dad was a singer, songwriter, actor. He was, in the entertainment business as far as I can remember as a child. So, I was always surrounded by music growing up, and I would, try to learn how to play the piano. My father tried to teach me to play the piano, which didn't go too well. But I would say my family really influenced me in all genres of music. Rock and roll, rhythm and blues, classical, swing. So it kind of really formulated my musical world as a young child. And I didn't start performing till maybe about 10 years ago as a singer, as a soloist. But before that, I was a professional actor. Working on stage, doing various plays and musicals. And of course, the musicals, I had to sing, but I always sang as a character. I never really sang as Greg Farnese myself. So I would say that, within the last 10 years, I really started taking my music very seriously.
That's cool. Now, real quick, because the acting part, that was dope. I did some acting a little bit. And it was pretty cool. I just wanted to mention that. I thought it was dope that you actually, you act. I didn't know that. But so were you so your first time getting on stage, what was it for your first time on stage?
The very first time I remember it professionally and working as an actor, it was exhilarating. It was very calming. You would think it would be, tense and nervous, but there was sort of a calm that came over me that made me feel more like myself than more so myself than in any other situation, which made me think that this is really kind of where I belong and where I'm most comfortable. So I'll never forget that, where I was, the anticipation of getting on stage and walking up on the scene and delivering your lines in front of 500 people. Beforehand, I was a nervous wreck, but once I went out there, it was just this calm that came over me, wow, this is really nice. I want to do this a lot. And as you know, because you have experience as an actor, it's really hard to work steadily as an actor.
Right.
But I did that for maybe about 15 years, working on stage and film and television. I did okay, but it's, it's kind of like this, it's like there's a lot of ups and downs. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have any money, I was always broke. So I kind of slid from, in front of the camera to behind the camera and worked in production for many years, working for NBC Sports Philadelphia, doing all the 76ers games, all the Flyers and Phillies games. That's how you and I met.
Yep.
And I had a great career doing that. But during those 20 something years doing it, I had this tap on the shoulder, you're not really supposed to be doing this. You really should be in front of the camera performing. Mm-hmm. So that's where my music kind of came in. I really wanted to work as a jazz vocalist. I mean, that's my favorite genre of music. Tony Bennett, Nat King Cole, Frank Sinatra, that style of music. So I really worked hard at it. And thankfully, I've been blessed over the last 10 years working the circuit in Philadelphia with some of the most incredible artists, jazz artists here in Philadelphia. So.
Wow. So real quick, let me track back a little bit to that part when you talked about that tap on the shoulder, that calling to a whole different, lane. like, what is that like? Because, you know, you got so many people that may be into a place where they don't know, you know, if I should be here, if not, you know, what am I to do? But when they get that, you know, that feeling where, okay, it's something else, and where should I be settled? Like, what is
Yeah,
that?
no, yeah. I mean, that's a great question. You know, it was more about. It's not like I really quit being a performer. I just didn't want to be hungry anymore. You know, I wanted to have a house. I wanted to get married. I wanted to have money. I wanted to, you know, I wanted to start living, you know, not in a parking lot of a Taco Bell. You know, I mean, being an actor is really, you know, it's really hard to make a living. So it's not like I really quit. I just wanted some other things in my life, and I don't regret that decision because I've carved out an incredible career for myself. But there was this little like thing inside of me that this feeling I got when I first walked on stage, when I just explained to you,
Right.
like it was gone. I kind of missed that, and it was kind of rooted deep inside of me. And over the years, as I was working behind the scenes, the tap on the shoulder was like kind of percolating, you know, year after year, to the point where it was just I have to find a way to perform again. So for me, it was kind of a buildup that I turned my back on something that I was very passionate about, and I believe, you know, God gave me a gift to be able to do that. And my father was also an actor, so, you know, genetically, I think there was something in there. Yeah, but I kind of turned my back on it, and I just readdressed it and said, you know what, I think singing as a vocalist is going to be a great way to fulfill that need to perform. And honestly, it revitalized my life, Halim. It really did.
Awesome. So really quick, we're going to take a quick break and we'll come right back. So guys, don't go anywhere. I'm here with Greg. Let me just say your name. Greg.
Farnese.
Farnese. Greg.
Farnese.
We're here with Greg Farnese. He's talking to us about his music, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're watching The Encouraged.
Stand by.
So I'm back here with Greg, and I'm your host, Halim Bledsaw, and welcome back to the show. We're talking about his artistry. We're talking about him as a music artist, how he got started. So, Greg, what was your first time performing with when you first got started? Like, where did you first perform?
I think the first play I ever did was at a theater called the Ritz Theater in Oakland, New Jersey. It was a community theater. And the play was a musical called The Boyfriend. And I had a very small role in that, but it was an incredible learning experience. So that was the very first time when I felt that, you know, I really felt grounded on stage feeling. It was a great cast, and the theater is still there, and they do great shows. In South Jersey and Oakland, New Jersey, on the White Horse Pike. It's still there. And I was in the very, very first production of that theater way back in the 1900s. It was a long time ago, but yeah. So that was my first performance. But I did everything. I also worked as an audience warm-up person for television shows. I moved out to Los Angeles, not to Hollywood, and I really tried to give it a shot. And while I was out there, I was an audience warm-up person. Have you ever gone to a taping of a television show?
I did.
You
Yes,
see a
sir.
guy with a microphone walking around telling you what everything is and kind of keeping the audience. Well, that's what I did to support myself as an actor while I was out there. It was a great job and really helped me with improvisation, thinking on your feet, coming up with various scenarios and whatnot. But yeah, that was the first time.
Wow. So, so in your journey of a singer, and the people that you've met and you ran into, and what were like some of the advices that they gave you along the way?
I would say the one that really sticks to me the most, considering the kind of music that I sing, and I'm also a songwriter. I write my own music as well.
Okay.
In a jazz genre, is still that same genre, is be yourself. Don't try to emulate or copy or sound like anybody else but yourself. Try to sing within your soul and express yourself through the lyrics of the song as yourself. Was probably one of the best pieces of advice I've ever gotten when it comes to singing. And acting is a little bit different, but for singing, some people, like if I sing "Fly Me to the Moon," a lot of people as singers try to sound like Frank Sinatra. Well, when I sing it, I try to make sure I sound like me and put my own fingerprint on that song. And everything that I do is try to be myself, because there's only one Helene Bloodsaw.
Right.
There's only one Greg Farnese.
Right.
So as an artist, you have to find a way to open your soul up to audiences, to show them who you are through music. And that's what I try to do every single time I go on stage to perform.
Wow, awesome. So real quick, we're going to take another quick break and we'll be right back. So guys, don't go anywhere. Again, we're here with Greg Farnese. Got it. We're here with Greg, and I'm your host, Holly Blood. So don't go anywhere. You're watching The Encouraged Talk Show. Guys, welcome back to the Encouraged Talk Show. I'm your host, Holly Bloodsaw, and I'm here with Greg. And we're talking about music. We're talking about some acting too as well. So, Greg, I was looking at your post on Facebook. I was looking at like the piano, like you have like a piano and you had like your,
When I was playing the piano?
Yeah, you had your piano and you had your microphone. So like you play the piano?
I do. I'm not very good. The things that you saw on YouTube, I think I had just written songs with a songwriter, Alan Gardner. And when I write music, I play the piano to write music. I don't ever perform it, in front of an audience, I have incredible piano players that play with me that are incredible. But yeah, I do play, but I'm not, an accomplished pianist. But I do write songs, and playing the piano is a great instrument for that. So what you saw was me performing some of my original songs in a very watered down skeleton form of these songs. Alan and I wrote these. We're going to record these songs in a couple of months, actually. We wrote them with a larger ensemble in mind, a larger band with a horn section. And so, what you heard was just me at the piano kind of playing those songs in a really kind of like minimalistic, watered down version. But, I can play the keys a little bit, I try to every other day play. But I need the music in front of me. That's my only downfall. Like if you and I, were hanging out in a hotel lobby and there was a piano there, and you said, "Hey, Greg, go over there and play the piano," my first thing would be like, "Where's the music?" Like I need the sheet music. There's some people going to sit down and start playing. I wish I had that ability, but I can't do that. I have to like look at the sheet music and see the chords and play that way. So.
Well, look, you can do something that I can't do. So, I'll get on it. I'll just start playing whatever. Do you play any instruments at all? No, I don't. I love the acoustic guitar though. I do want to learn how to play that.
You should grab one, man.
I have one.
You should play every day.
I have one. And somebody told me that to just like learn like every day. But
how many YouTube instructions you can watch? Do like 10 minutes a day.
I gotta try that.
I'll check up on you.
All right, please, because I've been talking about it, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Then I don't wind up doing it. Like I got strings. I had to get new strings and everything for it, and I got it. I just never like assembled them and nothing like that. So
you never put the strings on the guitar, Helene? You never put the strings on the guitar?
Okay, look, I put the strings on the guitar.
All right, good start.
Yeah, I put the strings on the guitar. Then I had to take them off because I did it wrong. I did something I did wrong, so I had to replace them with new ones. And yeah, so that's it.
That's cool. You should definitely do it.
I'm gonna try it. I gotta be consistent. So in your musical journey, and even in your acting journey, what are some like encouraging words that you try to give people that may see you do what you do, and they're like, "Hey, Greg, like, how was it as an actor, or how do I get started as a musician?" Like, what are some encouraging words that you take?
Well, I mean, like you froze up. There you go. You're there. Like I said earlier, it's a really tough business. I mean, it's really difficult to overcome the rejection that comes with being a performer. And I guess the advice I would give to anybody wanting to get into the performing arts is not only be yourself, but just know that there is nobody else like you. So if you audition for a part and you don't get it, it isn't because you're not talented. It's just because on that particular day they were looking for strawberries and you happen to be blueberries.
Right.
So I would say, don't take it personally. And performing is a doable art. You can read every single book about acting. You can read hundreds of books about music. But until you get up on stage and actually do it, you're not going to be able to hone your craft. You're not going to be able to even know whether you like it or not. So I would say to a young artist who wants to be a performer is to just do it. Surround yourself with other people, other artists who have the same desires as you, to form a nice kind of bond and team and support group, and just do it. And do it as much as you possibly can. Get as much stage time as you possibly can, to the point where you're comfortable. Because when you first start out, it's it's nerve-wracking. It's unnatural to go in front of an audience and act. So you have to find a way to relax. And once you relax, then all these different things come to you creatively. And But I would say just keep doing it and keep doing it. Practice, rehearse. That would be my first step.
Okay. So, Greg, one more time, we're going to take at least one more break, and then we'll come back. So, guys, don't go anywhere. You're watching the Encouraged Talk Show. I'm here with Greg. I'm your host, Holly Bloodsaw. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there. So welcome back to the Encouraged Talk Show. I'm your host, Holly Bloodsaw. Again, we're here with Greg, and he's just talking to us about the art of acting, even the art of singing. So real quick, Greg, I want to actually talk to you about some artists in Philly, because Philly is the place, the mecca for music, art, artists such as yourself. So how special can you say that artists are that are from Philly?
Oh, well, I have to say, Philadelphia I think should be right in the same page as Nashville. You hear Nashville, it's like, oh, great music city. And Detroit, Motown. Philadelphia has produced some incredible artists. I mean, in the jazz community, of course, Christian McBride, Joey DeFrancisco, so many incredible artists, Gerald Veasley. You had Gamble and Huff. I mean, Hall and Oates. I mean, Philadelphia is a music city, so I'm very proud to be from Philadelphia. And there's so many that I can't even list them all. But Philadelphia is more than just cheesesteaks and Rocky. It's a cultural city with incredible history. Music in every genre. It's a very prominent city. And I'm really proud of it. I'm proud to be an artist from this great city.
The up-and-coming artists, how unique can you say that they are for today's musical artistry, like singers?
There's a singer, Lauren Talese. I don't know if you know Lauren Talese. She was a Sarah Vaughan competition winner a couple of years ago, and she's an extremely talented singer. I think she's originally from Cleveland, Ohio, but she went to the University of the Arts and kind of embraced the city. There's just some uniqueness about Philadelphia that you just can't put your finger on it, but it's the largest small city in the world, I think. And like I said, it's I attribute my art singing to surrounding myself with great artists, great musicians from Philadelphia. Jim Holton, Mike Boone. These guys are legends in the city, in the jazz community. And to be able to share the stage and bandstand with them is a privilege. And I can't help but improve as a singer, surrounding myself with those cats.
Awesome, Greg. So, Greg, that's about it. I want to thank you for coming on the show, Greg. It was good seeing you, Greg.
Come to a show, man.
Let me know. Let me know.
I post it on my Facebook page. Greg Farnese, GregFarnese.com and Facebook and Instagram. I mean, I'm all over social media. I always try to promote my performances. So look out for it and surprise me one day and come to a show, man. It'd be great to see you and hug you, man.
Definitely. I'm gonna come, Greg. I'm gonna come. So real fast, Greg, if you want to give your social media so people know where to follow you.
Yeah, well, I'm at Facebook at Greg.Farnese, /Greg.Farnese. Instagram at Greg Farnese. It's right there on the screen. And www.gregfarnese.com. I do the very best I can to keep all of my performances updated. So go there and check it out and come see us and come up to the bandstand and say hello. It'd be nice to meet you. All
right, Greg. That's it. Guys, thank you for watching the Encouraged Talk Show. Again, my guest, I'm gonna do it, Greg. Greg Fornese.
Man, come on, Aleem.
Oh man,
you can do better than that. Farnese.
This is bad.
All right,
thank you you guys
But
for
you know,
watching again.
I got a chance to say my name as many times as possible in this interview. So it's all about marketing. Farnese, 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 Farnese.
There you go. See? There you go, Greg. All right, Greg. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No problem. No, thank you, Greg. I appreciate you. And we will talk on that, and I'll see you again. All right.
You got it, man. Thanks. Take care, Liam. Say hi to Earl.
I will, Greg. Talk to you. And guys, thank you. Thank you for watching the Encouraged Talk Show. See you again soon.